Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've been working in my planner and actually I am behind about a couple days, and so I thought I'd bring you along with me and kind of show you what I've been working on today. I decided to go ahead and add my self-care in with my planner just because I've been forgetting to update it, and then I'm like 2 or 3 days behind. So what I added was this cutting mat that I got from the Dollar Tree, punched holes in it, and just some elastic. Instead of in the middle, I placed the elastic on the left side so it won't be clashing with my planner, whether it be a B6 Slim or the B6 that I'll be using in May. And I tested both and they both work fine. So and that I first saw Dakshina, who's here on YouTube, use it probably a year ago or more. So this is a stencil that I like to use in my self-care. I just use one of the square boxes. I can just easily draw it in, but that's just quicker with that. Anybody who's been watching me knows how I love cohesiveness. It's been kind of a mellow Saturday. I've been exhausted from yesterday. Yesterday was super busy, so I'm trying to catch up on some of my work. And I'm kind of showing you how the planner lays flat with it being on the left side. And I still like using my Jetstream 0.7 in my Hobonichi, any Tomoe River paper actually. And here is a Hobonichi insert that I ended up using for journaling. So I have a bullet journal challenge, and I have the most important personal development practice from Hal Elrod. This I got years ago, probably in 2019. And 10 journal prompts for anxiety and 10 journal prompts to overcome overwhelm. And so I just tuck it in the back. And I also glued in a name tag holder, which is where I keep a 6-inch ruler in the very back. I like to use that for my sleep tracker. It helps keeps my numbers aligned. And of course, I'm 3 days behind in my self-care, so I need to update my anxiety tracker or my mood tracker, which is usually purple, which is high anxiety. It's usually high, or low, medium, high. And these past 3 days they've been high, so that is purple. You can see there's a lot of purple there. I'm about to update my walking tracker or my exercise tracker, but I noticed I'm using my phone to record, so I can't update my tracker. Here is my 9 pillars of a balanced life, and I'm trying to check to see if there's anything that I need to update. So the only thing I update is us time, which is time with my husband. We had a date night last night. It wasn't anything planned. My daughter wanted to go hang out with her sisters, and so my husband and I try to take the opportunity to just have dinner, just watch a show, or just hang out. Here I keep track of my daily, what I'm feeling, how I'm eating. Did I stick with my WW Plus plan? If I did, if I didn't, the reason why. This is kind of a short synopsis. I don't make this too long. I just want a record of my habits, and if I'm off track, why. And it's usually because one, I get too busy, or super high anxiety. So I like to keep that updated. And I use my notes pages in the back of my self-care Hobonichi weeks, which is a regular weeks. It's not a mega. I found that the mega is too many pages for self-care. And these pages are just enough. I've been doing this enough years where I kind of know which journal works best for what I like to do. And so that's my sleep tracker. I made sure that I had that updated. This is my weekly. In the bottom there is my self-care activities, which is usually YouTube, watching YouTube, not recording. Recording to me is more creation, my creative side. And then if I watch a show, if I worked in my planner, if I create a YouTube, there is a section there or a line item that says create, and that's kind of where I keep my YouTube. Or if I create a journal, which I started my May setup, so yesterday night, so that is checked off in there. Here on the left side, I divide the columns into 2 columns. One is notes, kind of what I'm feeling that day. If there's anything out of the ordinary other than what I have listed on my right side in the very top, which is my health. Those are kind of symptoms that I experience every day. I keep track of my sleep if I woke up at night. But on the side that I'm updating now, I also write today's wins. So I have a minimum of 3 a day. And sometimes I forget. I think I'm updating Thursday there and I had to go back. And of course my page is wrinkled. Not sure what happened there. I'm just trying to, since I'm also behind on updating my planner, I have to stop and think what actually I did. And so generally I like to I update my planner, sporadically throughout the day. So if I see something, it kind of triggers a memory. And then from there, I start remembering what I did, what my family was doing. And so I write down some wins where I went to a soccer game with my daughter, my family. I talked with my oldest daughter. I picked up my daughter at Culver's because she had her team went there to eat and celebrate their win, which it was a happy time. And for Friday, I worked and did my yearly eval with my boss, had a doctor's appointment, and date night with my hubby. So doesn't matter how minimal, I try to always have a minimum of 3 wins. It's very encouraging sometimes when you feel like you're not accomplishing much. I like to read these pages and it encourages me. And that's what self-care is all about. So in the bottom there, in the bottom right-hand corner, that's kind of where I keep my square for my stencil that you saw. And I write in my weigh-in, my move for the plan for my moving, and then kind of a general synopsis of the week. I add that by Sunday night or Monday morning. And then, of course, I forgot what I ate those days. And so I had to really stop and think. I go by activities. So I know if we were at soccer, I know we went to KFC. And that's how I kind of remember what I'm eating, which I have not been eating healthy this past week. I've been struggling with staying on WW+. It's just challenging when you're out and running, busy, soccer and running around. It's just, unless I pre-plan my meals, which I have to do, and I know that already, I'm usually all around in my eating habits. So I'm done there. And I just add some last minute items there. And here I start speeding it up just because to save some time. But I finish up in my self-care. And I'm really enjoying, I just added it today to my planner cover. And so I'm going to see how well this works in terms of it not messing with, if you notice, I stuck it under my planner because I like my planner to lay flat. Now, considering I've been using my planner since January and it has a little bit of a chunkiness to it, and so I'm going to see how well that works. There I created like a bookmark from leftover cutting mat, and so I just stuck on some post-its with my goals and just some reminders. I think just having that in there. I just put a little happy planner sticker up on top that says dream big. It has this week's goals, writing ideas. Sometimes I tend to forget, or not forget, but I don't know, just a day gets by. Then at night when I'm exhausted, I start thinking, okay, I have to write, or I want to write, what should I write? And then I just don't. It's a never-ending battle with the journaling. But I want to fill my book. I have lots of pages still. It's mid-April, and I really need to focus on writing because I want to really fill this book. I really don't like seeing empty pages. I don't mind some. I just don't like a lot of empty pages. And so writing ideas for my sections were prayers, scripture writing, psalms. I want to start writing praises to the Lord, Spanish scriptures, affirmations, kind of 3 times a day, morning, midday, and then evening, just before bed. I think that's important. Journaling, and then memory keeping. So here I'm just rapid logging kind of at the bottom what my daughter does throughout the day. What if you notice, I'm trying to maneuver my book and I just end up taking it out just because I'm trying to find the best position for it, and that didn't work, so I just took it out. And that's okay if I slide it back in and out. That doesn't bother me. That book has a little bit of a hump to it, so I'm just continuing to update, my days, and I update from bottom up. And again, I rapid log. So anything that I think I'm going to need 2 or 3 lines, I kind of already know what I want to say, and so I'll use up that many, start up from 3 lines up or 2 lines up or one line item. In the back of this bookmark, I also have a post-it with Miracle Morning, which is savers or savor. And I have, the acronym, what that means. If you follow the Miracle Morning program, I kind of do loosely. I do my devos in the morning, and so to me, that's my self-care. It also helps me with my spiritual side, with my walk with the Lord, and it also helps me with my self-care. So here I continue just updating throughout the day. I can't believe how time just flies, and I tend to think that I'll update my planner. Nighttime comes, I'm exhausted. My best time to function and write is in the morning or midday. In the evening or nighttime is not my best time. So I'm usually just mentally tired, exhausted, and by then I just kind of want to, just watch a show or just watch YouTube. I can create stuff, maybe. I enjoy creating things like in the evening or decorating pages. But for me to write, to me, that's sometimes exhausting. It just takes too much effort. And here, I forgot that I had some heart palpitations. Not sure where that came from. It might be just because I'm so anxious. I went to the doctor yesterday, and usually my blood pressure is really low. My regular, normal blood pressure is 90. I want to say 90 over 60. But when I got to the doctor's, and this is after sitting for at least a half hour, no, I say at least 20 minutes, that it was 130. So although for the regular person that may be normal, for me that's very high. And so I want to monitor that. And so I kind of do that in my self-care, and anything that's out of the ordinary. I have some doctor's appointments next week, just, my yearly exams, and making sure that I stay on top of my screenings, because preventative care is the best care. So here I'm going to start stamping. I generally update my timed area, and then those stamps that were very functional stamps, which saves me money on stickers. Even though I have a lot of stickers, my stamps really saves money, just because all my stamps, I mainly use them for faith or self-care to decorate my pages, and so they'll last me a long time. And then I like to blot my stamps once I use them. I don't clean them after every usage. I just blot as much as I can and then put them back in their container. And I got those stamps from Michael's. It's a set. And I also use Crayola Super Tips to color the stamp and then color code everything. So that green car is my husband driving. Anything gray I drive, or pink is my daughter. So I then finish highlighting, and again I color code. And someone had requested a video of me doing my color coding system. It's different for my functional planning, and it's different for what I use kind of for devotions, and then what I mark in my Bible. So I kind of already know my color coding system, and so I'll probably do a video soon on how I do that, in case anyone else is interested, because I know I'm a very visual person, so I have to see things in color, or it does not stick in my head, or I can't process the information. So here I'm just updating my last page there, which is actually today. And as I'm updating my planner, I might as well update today's. And there is my little bookmark with my post-its of this week's goals and writing ideas. And I generally like to write what I did in the morning. If you see that orange stamp on the very top, and gray, orange is everything that I did in the morning for faith, and then gray is what I worked in my bullet journal. And then I had lunch and watched a show with my daughter. She wanted to watch a show, so we finished watching West Side Story together. We've been watching that a little bit at a time. It's a long movie, and so today we finished it off. Something that I used to watch with as a child, so it brings back good memories. And I'm just finishing up the updating at the very bottom. I update what my husband did, what I did, and what my daughter did, and what we did, and what I watched. I like to keep track of that. I'm always I always enjoy looking back at my planners and say, oh, I used to watch this person back when, or I started watching this person during this time. So, and I don't update much after this. Not sure, again, if I want to keep my self-care in there, but we shall see. If it gets too annoying where I have to take my book in and out, I will remove it from my cover. I'm really looking forward to starting in my May Stalogy. I just want to change. I've been working in this NANAMI since January, and then before that I was in another NANAMI for Christmas time, and half of that book is empty. So that does bug me. But it is what it is. So that's why I'm trying really hard to fill up this book, and I'm contemplating my sections for my May book very carefully to make sure I don't have too many pages allocated to each section. But my planning is very functional, and it follows the bullet journal Franklin Covey system. I always have to say both systems because it's kind of a mishmash of the two, and I really enjoy just working in my planners, but I do not like being too behind. So hopefully once I'm caught up, it's easier to maintain. So Saturdays is usually my catch-up day. Well, that's all I have for now, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below and I'd be happy to answer them. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so you get notifications of all my future videos. Until next time.